Yeah, all pro, JAFFOs, ball out Pro Bowl, Tony Romo, 40-yard dash, boy, don't be slow mo. Get on the court, boy, I'm in go. Outside in the sun like Elliot Kobo. I'm running fast, LA de la Cruz. Turn on the JAFFOs, get my news. 7FO doing good, how I knew. All pro, JAFFO, the all pro, Jump talk sports, they speak facts. You talk smack, you get sacked. Come tune in, sit in chat. Sport you like, they speak all that.
Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the All Pro JAFFOs, bringing you the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. I'm your host, JB. And alongside me, as always, the greatest DJ of all time, Mr. DJ Matt Sixon, joining the show. Family, friend, you guys all know him. You all love him. The encyclopedia of the family. Please welcome from the Mizzle and Dub Show, Mr. Dub Alvarez himself. How are you, sir?
It has been so long. I feel like a stranger, but always good. It's always good to be amongst brethren, fellas. How you guys doing?
It's
Shit.
ups and downs.
Tired.
I feel
ups
that
and downs.
with every fiber, Matt Sticks.
Yeah, no, it's been a marathon this past week. I'm like, today really the first day I feel like I've been home like in a week. Between work and gigs, and yeah, I was San Francisco last night to this morning and Vallejo the night before, and yeah, it's been
Hell of a week. Yeah, get it.
Hey, pay that man. Pay that man.
Hardest working man in the business. Goddamn. As everybody has seen, this weekend the divisional rounds of the NFL happened. The college football national championship happened. More stuff for the Heritage Bowl week for us going to San Diego next week. Fuck, that's coming up quick. It feels almost like just yesterday we were just talking about, oh yeah, we got 2 months to plan for it. Shit, now we're 2 weeks out, and it's like, God damn, okay, now we really gotta, crunch time it to find out what it is that we're actually gonna do when we get down there. But divisionals happen. The conference championships are set. I know Matt Six here had to check up on me to see if I was good. I was completely fine. just wanted to say, I'm completely fine because I almost expected it to go down the way that it did with San Francisco and Seattle. And the only reason why I say that is because since the beginning of the year, with the amount of injuries that we had at the start of the year, I had said best that we can do is probably wild card or division. Best that we can do. And as the season progressed, even more injuries kept happening. Our first stringers, second stringers, third stringers, practice squad, and some guys that we picked up from probably the semi-pro level were getting hurt. And it just I think the record. Now, Kyle, during the regular season, did a pretty, damn good job. You're winning games with virtually nobody, but your bench guys out there. And I think we definitely benefited from the fact that we had a very weak schedule. Absolutely. I think if we had a top 3, top 5 strongest schedule, the record would be a little bit different. But that's all what ifs and what happens. The fact is what did happen, and got by Philly. And I'm not too surprised about the Philly part because it was one of those. Philly was not having a great second half to the year, so they were prone for some dumb shit to happen to them in the playoffs, and it did. And during the playoffs, you play Philly, you lose George Kittle to an Achilles injury. And it's just kind of like, well, fuck, now the next team that we have is Seattle, and good Lord. We got our asses whooped the last time that we played them. And now with even less firepower and the fact that George Kittle is out, this is going to be a long day. And that sure as hell was a long day. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like the rest of them that are calling like, oh, Kyle Shanahan should be on the hot seat. It's like, do you guys understand what he had? For him to really get to that point or help the team get to that point to begin with should be like, hey, he did what he could. He did what he could with what he had. I'm not going to sit here and put him in the hot seat, for it because, now if we had a full strength squad and got manhandled like that, we'd be having a very different conversation. But outside of that, I'm not thinking any less of Brock Purdy. I think he's still, one of the better quarterbacks in the league, regardless of what anybody says. And I think Kyle now that we've lost Saleh again, this time he's the head coach for the
That
Titans.
didn't last long at all.
No, it did not.
Well, again, given the job that he did with that makeshift mash unit of a defense, and it still gets 12 wins. And I probably said this a long time ago. If the Niners have a good season and the defense is somewhat relevant, he's probably going to get calls because he wants to be a head coach. So him leaving again is not surprising.
No.
It is kind of surprising that he took the Tennessee job because personally, I'd go take the Baltimore job because they're ready to win now. But I mean, we all know Saleh likes to.
Robert Saleh
challenge.
Robert Saleh bringing that Baltimore defense back to prominence is just something I feel Baltimore needed. But hey, Tennessee, you got a young guy, with Ward at quarterback. You're going to need to bring in a good OC. I think, and just spitballing here, but I'm seeing some rumors, some true, some not. But there seems to be a little bit of validity of McDaniels joining forces with Robert Saleh to be the OC.
Now, they were talking about a little bit ago, him going to the Chargers.
For the OC
Mike,
for the Chargers?
No,
for the Chargers?
No, it's official. It's official. Mike McDaniel is going to be the OC in Inglewood.
So they did make it official,
for the Chargers. It is official.
Well, then, there it is. There it is there. I was seeing it earlier. I didn't see the confirmation of whether or not he was with the Chargers. I knew the rumors were whether or not Chargers or go with his buddy out in Tennessee, because I thought that would be a great fit for McDaniels. Go out to Tennessee. You got, Cam Ward. You only have to focus on the offense and have Saleh work on bringing Tennessee's defense, up to par. And you could have a pretty decent squad out there in Tennessee. But going to the Chargers, McDaniels, shit, he's got Herbert now. That's a huge upgrade from Tua.
It certainly is. I'm still shocked that Jim Harbaugh finally had the balls to be like, you know what, Greg, I love you, but you're screwing me. I'm still shocked that he let Greg Roman go, because anywhere Harbaugh went, Greg Roman was sure to follow. So
certain eras end eventually.
Yeah, it does.
At some point during a tag team run, one of them has to turn heel because they're going on a singles run. And it's just a matter of time before it happens. It took them this long, and they had a great run, but you got to do what you got to do, and you got to bring the young guns in. And I think Jim is very much in tune with the game and the evolution of the game. And I think he bringing in a younger guy like McDaniels to do the OC work while he handles everything else, I think that's a good decision for him. It'll make them just a little bit more successful out there in LA, to be able to kind of keep pace with everything in the AFC West, because now the Raiders on the clock, they were all there. Tom Brady, Davis, they were all there watching Mendoza play. We kind of already know who the number one pick is going to be. And the AFC West, depending on what the Raiders do, the Broncos are already set. The Chiefs are I don't want to say in full rebuild mode, but they're kind of retooling some things. They're bringing back the
Well,
enemy,
yes,
which I
yes,
think is going to be very good for Patrick Mahomes.
absolutely.
So that the Chiefs they definitely had a down year this year, but with the enemy coming back into the OC, fray, uh, Chiefs could look like the Chiefs of old if they just do what they are supposed to do. Go get, Patrick Mahomes, some legitimate wide receivers, some legitimate help. Travis Kelce, we don't even know if he's going to play next year. This might be his last year. He may have been done. So you need to go find your next tight end as well. And there's there's an abundance of tight ends nowadays. The last 5 years, the tight ends that have been coming out of college, especially with the development of tight end U and everything,
Oh yeah, go to
it's
Iowa.
been
Yeah,
it has been ridiculous with the amount of talent that is at that position. So they shouldn't have a problem finding somebody. Whether they trade for one, draft for one, free agent, whatever it may be, they'll be able to find somebody to take that spot. Now, being as good as Travis Kelce was, that's a completely different story. Because Kelce is going to go down as one of the better tight ends of the game's history. I have him in top. I have him in top 10. It's debatable about top 5 for me.
well,
I kind of
who's
have
your
him
top
on
5 at this
fringe at
moment?
like 4. So I had Tony Gonzalez as my number 1 guy.
Okay.
Tony Gonzalez,
Well,
tight end, second or
well,
or I think third in receiving now. Because of Larry Fitzgerald and everything to Jerry Rice, so that no other tight end is even close to the numbers that Tony Gonzalez put up.
agreed. I won't argue that.
I have Gronk at number 2 because dude was all around. He can block, he can catch, he can run. He was just a big old meathead that you just give the ball and say Gronk smash, and he'd go do it. And good.
I was just gonna say, all that is true. The unfortunate thing about Gronk was he did miss some time, and who knows what more numbers he could have put up if he didn't miss time. I think that's the only legitimate thing you can put up against Gronkowski was just he didn't have enough time per se, because as hard as he played, he did miss some time, but he definitely was a game changer for sure.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't sit here and really deny that. I've actually got Winslow as my number 3.
Oh, Kellen Senior,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah, I have him as my number 3. He was basically he was that almost hybrid tight end before they really started getting. He was one of those ahead of his time tight ends, in
Like
my
John
opinion.
Mackey.
100%. So there's just Winslow. I have him at 3. I have. You know what? I think there. I think I could put Kelce at 4. I think I could put Kelce at 4 basically because in the last, let's say, 10 years, he was a top 3 tight end and he's got 3 Super Bowls.
Hard to argue that.
So, number 4 there, I got Gates as my number 5. I just liked watching Antonio Gates play.
Oh yeah.
I was just a fan of watching him go.
That's ironic that 2 of your 5 are former basketball players, because Tony Gonzalez, for those that don't know, did play basketball at Cal Berkeley. And of course, Antonio Gates never played college football, but played college ball at Kent State. So
Yeah.
there's your ironically that 2 guys that are in the tops as far as tight end numbers both have a college basketball background, which is insane to think.
Yeah. 5, I got 5 for me. Some people are gonna go, "What the hell are you talking about?" But for me, it was more of the how consistent he was, how reliable he was. And some people go, oh, you're going to say that guy because he's a Cowboy. I'm sorry. Jason Witten was probably.
I was wondering where you was finna put him in there.
I was like, Jason
Okay.
Witten, like, I'm sorry. I hate the Cowboys, but.
Okay, yes. I mean, okay, you dislike the star, but you cannot deny the greatness
Yeah.
that Starbuck had, Drew Pearson had, Bob Lilly, Emmett, Troy, Michael, Haley, Darren Woodson, and Jason Witten. I mean, there was a reason why Jason Witten was always Tony Romo's bailout blanket when Romo played quarterback. It's where's 82, and of course one of the lasting images of film I will forever have is him running down the field in Philly with his damn helmet off, still looking for more yards. I mean, that footage of film is as old school NFL films as it will ever get.
Was not the fastest tight end of all time, but
Mm-mm.
he
He
found a
ran a
way to get open. He was reliable.
4.6.
He's just there. He was always there. So it's just like I gotta put him there. People don't really understand how good Mike Ditka actually was as a tight end.
Oh no, he was the first. He was the first to gain 1,000 yards as a tight end,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't forget.
I give him my sixth spot. 7, and I know he's still playing, but I gotta put George there. All overall, from the time he showed up to now, he has always been overall probably the best tight end in the game. And I say overall in the blocking and the pass, because Travis Kelce's great passing game and everything, kind of an iffy run blocker. George, on the other hand, was everything that you could ever want in a tight end.
He's your sixth offensive lineman.
From blocking, catching, run after the catch, yards after the catch, the whole, any statistic that you can kind of put up there, George has always been in the realm. He's broken records. He's done it all at the tight end position. The only thing that he has that I need him to have before he retires is a fucking Super Bowl. Will he have it? I don't know, but I can hope. I can only hope, because if anybody deserves a championship, I believe it's George Kittle. I have him at 7. And this one might sound a little bit weird to some people, but in his prime, the dude was one of the biggest fucking headaches and one of Drew Brees' best friends. And I'm talking about Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham in his prime, at that tight end spot, that I do not believe there was anybody that could guard him. Tall, lanky, former basketball player, the full thing. That dude was something else. I got Vernon in there after that. Vernon Davis, fast.
I got Aaron Hernandez at 10.
You're wild. You're a wild human being, that's for sure. It's one thing I've given you credit for, sir, is being very wild, and that is a very wild take to have.
Oh
Jesus.
shit!
That's just he went that route. Of all things he could have said, out of all the names, out of all the great tight ends who have played this game, he decided to bring Matt Six is continuing to bring the hits as they come. Fuck, that's just I don't even know how the fuck I follow that. My train of thought is completely gone, and this motherfucker put Aaron Hernandez at 10. Like, just you. Goodness gracious.
I mean,
Um,
I mean, that 2 tight end set that he had.
But did I have Vernon at 9? I think I had Vernon at 9. 10 spot.
Where'd you put John Mackey on your list? If I think I'm that.
You know who was a good tight end who I felt underrated? And this is probably why I have him here. Algin Crumpler from Atlanta.
He was one of Michael Vick's go-to.
I can't hear you, Dub. You might be muted. I don't know, but Algin Crumpler from Atlanta was.
Hear me now?
He was pretty fun to watch.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you
hear me, Josh?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I
Oh,
can hear
yes.
that.
I was saying.
Then it might be me. Hang on. That's weird. That shit happens all the time.
I was like, wait a minute. No, I was saying, Algie Crumpler was one of Michael Vick's big targets and one of his security when he played in Atlanta, and had some good years for Atlanta. Helped turn the tide and made the Falcons a perennial playoff team before Matt Ryan got there. But I mean, Algernon, yes, was a very big body, very tough to tackle. Wasn't the fastest, but like I said, if Mike Vick needed a completion, he always would look for 83 first, and then if 83 was covered, then you would see the legs that Michael Vick used during his career.
That's the thing with mobile quarterbacks. You give them a good tight end, and they're solid. You need a good tight end if you have a quarterback that can run. That's the best safety out there. I tell people all the time. The one position that's always open, tight end. Always.
The seam is always open.
Yeah. Don't know why anybody doesn't look to it, but hey, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We'll go under the radar, the unsung heroes, the overall probably, I don't give a shit what people say, but tight end's probably the overall best position on the field. Hardest position on the field because you got to be both a receiver and a fucking offensive lineman at the same time. So, 2 different spots in one. I'll give that's probably the hardest position over running back, over wide receiver. Maybe not as hard as quarterback because of everything that you have to process information-wise within a span of like 15 seconds. Yeah, so, but tight end, yeah, I'll put up there as one of the harder positions to play because of how much shit that you have to do overall. But so NFC Championship is the Seahawks and the Rams. And the AFC Championship is the
Patriots and Broncos. It's 10 years ago, reincarnated. Super Bowl was in Levi's 10 years ago. The AFC title game was the Broncos and the Patriots. The last Brady versus Manning AFC title game. And Denver rode their defense as they're looking to do here with now Jarrett Stidham, the quarterback originally drafted by the Patriots, now playing the biggest game for the Broncos in their season to try to get to Super Bowl 60 10 years later as it's back at Levi's, which is quite the irony, if you will.
I really don't want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl again.
Well,
I really don't.
You're probably going to.
As I said on the Muslim Dub show, and I'll take my leave because unfortunately, boys got to go to work. And as always, appreciate the brethren.
Really?
I don't need another decade of the Patriots being relevant. No.
Get me out of here with that.
Don't need to see
I'll
it
stop
again.
watching the NFL. I'll just watch A7 NFL reruns for the whole season. I don't care.
But with that said, family, love y'all. I'm about to go. Always
all right.
Love you too, bro. Be easy out there.
All right.
But it's. I think now. I mean, I really don't want to see the Patriots, but when it comes to Rams Seahawks, shit.
But I don't think the Seahawks that beat the Rams
I feel
this
like I would
year.
rather have the Rams win
Well,
and
the
Stafford
Seahawks haven't beat the Rams this
go to
year.
another Super Bowl than Sam Darnold, because then people are gonna be like, "Oh, you should have kept Sam Darnold instead of Brock Purdy." Not even realizing that the Seahawks defense is the literal reason why Sam Darnold is there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an interesting. Damn, Josh Allen really screwed the pooch, didn't he? Holy shit. This was his best chance. And so at the beginning, before we went on, I heard this correctly from you. Bo Nix tore his Achilles taking a knee, or broke his ankle.
Yeah, I think it was
Taking the knee.
during the kneel. Yeah, during the kneel down. They said it was during the kneel down.
Oh,
I think when
I
he
think you went
stepped back like
nope,
a
it
he
might be
stepped
me that
back
went
like a
silent. Give me a sec.
yeah.
Give me a sec. Can't hear you. All right, got me?
Yeah, yep.
All right, there you go. Okay. All right, what were you saying?
Now they were saying that it was during the kneel down. He kind of like when he went to go kneel down, it like went back kind of funny. And so they saying it was during that. I was just like, damn, how you just break your shit just kneeling down?
Broke your ankle in victory formation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that like, how does it even?
Yeah, just the way he went back, I guess.
I'm just trying to picture how that's even. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but it's like the odds of that happening, right? Like the odds of that happening are very, very, very slim. And on top of that, we're talking like the divisional just before going to the conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, that's tough work. That's tough work.
Yeah.
We'll see how good Stidham is, but it's really going to be how good that that Broncos defense is going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm like, somebody gonna have to step up.
That Broncos
Patriots.
defense might have to do some of the
But
scoring.
I think even with him there, I think the Patriots was finna run over Denver. Patriots is pretty good this year.
No.
And I think Seattle finna run over the Rams. I think Seattle off that high of beating y'all last week. And I think they finna, and then it's in Seattle too, ain't it?
Say what?
Ain't the game in Seattle?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, so yeah, they gotta come back to Seattle. They at home again.
Man.
Yeah. I think with the Rams finna get their ass whooped too. I think Seattle finna win the Super Bowl, honestly.
That would royally upset me.
Yeah. So that's who I got winning the Super Bowl, Seattle.
Like I don't want the Patriots to win. I sure as hell don't want the Seahawks to win. Because again, I just know the narrative that's going to come from it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like these playoffs, man. These playoffs suck. It's not fun to watch. Just another but bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then, bro, did you watch the national championship yesterday?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah, because I had MLK Day up. I was in Rockland in the morning.
That's right.
And then I had to drive to San Francisco. Drove to San Francisco last night and had a thing this morning and got back this afternoon.
Yeah, Mendoza definitely proved why he's going to be the number one pick.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely balled out, had a big memorable play
Number
4th
one
and
pick going
8.
to the worst team in the NFL.
Well, Mizzle won't disagree with you on that one, I'm sure.
That's the part that
But
suck about draft. Like you just go somewhere shitty.
I mean,
That's the part that suck.
but
I'm
if
like,
you're
I ain't
if,
even
if
entering
you're
the
good
draft.
enough, you'll help turn it around. You'll help turn that franchise around. But if that he needs help, that's for sure. He's already got the running back. He's probably going to need one more good wide receiver. He's got the tight end. He needs the offensive line for fucking sure. And you got to be able
I
to
need
protect him.
something.
You need to get that offensive line.
I'm like, shit, I feel like I would quit football before I wouldn't play for the Raiders. I'd just be done. Like I'm just
Damn. I retired from the game of football.
I retire, yep. Due to my
Or I
draft where
withdraw
I
my
am in the
name from the
draft.
draft to play another season in Indiana. That's just. Oh. But I mean, hey man, I think he can be good enough. He did well. You know, Miami. You know, they didn't do jack shit in the first half.
Mm.
Literally 10-0 by the half. But you know, second half came in. Miami, you know, started answering, started getting alive on offense. Their defense was waking up and giving, you know, Mendoza a lot of trouble. But, you know, Indiana just same way they've played all year. Just play the game, do your job, you win the game.
Yeah.
They did everything they possibly could, and Miami kept fighting, but at the end of the day, Carson Beck throws that interception at the end of the game. Indiana takes the knee. Fucking national champions, bro. Indiana Hoosiers. The worst record in college football history. National champions now.
Yep.
The year Lee Corso, former Indiana head coach, the year he retires from college football game day and everything, they go in and win it.
They're going to win it. That was for Lee.
Hey, but you know what? I don't think this is a one-off, bro. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a one-off. I think Indiana with Signetti and everything there is I think that's going to be a legitimate program for a little while, especially you're in the Big Ten, you know, and everything like that. You're going to have good, especially now, you're going to have people wanting to play for Signetti, you know, for sure. Transfer portal, all that stuff. People are going to want to go and play for him and want to turn that program around. I mean, turn it around even more, like actually make it into a dynasty rather than just, you know, a one-off. This is, you know, the next Hoosiers 2 movie, you know, coming 2027. Whoever makes that film, I want a piece of that cut because I've been saying this shit since the, you know, midway through the season that they're making a movie about this team. You know, so but now, man, we were watching it and I was just looking at it going like, man, this team, it's just when you hear Indiana, you don't think football. You think basketball. When you hear Indiana, I don't think of, man, this team is a powerhouse football team that's beating the shit out of everybody. And they come in, lo and behold, and damn, just laying the wood on everybody. Just walking it up, putting it straight on the table, letting for everybody to look, going, all right, let's see. Yeah, and just, you know, they did good work. Miami, you know, Miami did what they could, but just wasn't enough. Just was not enough. And now Miami might be there again soon, too. That's a very young team. It's not going to have Carson back at the helm because this is his last year. But
well, shit. Apparently, they talking about he graduated like 2 years ago. So how the fuck is you able to even still play?
So, because of the transfer portal, NIL, the COVID year, all that other kind of stuff, it is possible to have already graduated and still somehow play 2-3 years of college ball after that.
That's crazy.
I don't disagree.
That's crazy.
I
You ain't
feel
even
like
a
once you
student. You
graduated,
ain't
you
even
should
a
be
student
done.
at the school, and you just playing.
Yeah. Like that grown ass man that comes in and plays with the high
Yeah.
school kids doesn't even go there.
I'm like, that shit is wild.
You're over here 26 year old playing with 18, 19, 20-year olds.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean
You
that's just
see the Packers release Trayvon Diggs.
one
They
day,
let him
huh?
go. Yep.
Right on his day off and all.
Like, he played one game. That's what you get.
Man,
He was only
that
good that
fall
one
off
year.
needs to be
He was,
studied.
yeah. He wasn't, he played one game with them and he got burnt. So, yeah.
Burnt toast. It was bad. It was bad. But that's the thing though. Even you had said it. Like he's good, but he's not like he gets burned more than he doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. Like he ain't
Like
been
oh
the
well,
same after that. He ain't after that injury. He wasn't the same.
yeah. I mean, not so much the injury, but even the year that he had the 10 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did he get cooked?
Yeah, no, he definitely
He
got
got
cooked.
more. He
Yeah.
got cooked more times than he got interceptions. To tell you
Mm-hmm.
that. The only way he could have gotten the 10 interceptions is because of the fact that they kept throwing his way.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was afraid of Diggs. That's why they kept throwing it at him. I mean, shit, if you're a professional, fuck. I mean, you at least got to get something, right? If they're
Yeah,
throwing it
yeah.
to you that much.
Yep.
You know, when they're throwing it to you that often, that's not a sign of like, oh, we respect you. You know, throwing away from you is a sign of respect. They throw straight at your ass all game long. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just the story of what he's been. It's kind of like Stephon Diggs. They're
Yeah.
like, dude, they show flashes, and then just when it comes down to actually, doing what needs to get done, whack, fucking duck. Just can't get shit done.
Well, shit, he in the playoffs now.
Yeah, well, isn't he like the number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that? He says
Yeah.
he's the number 1, but he's the number 2 for sure. But it's just, God damn it, man! I fucking hate it. These playoffs suck. I hate it. I hate all of it. There's nothing about these playoffs that make me want to go, ooh, this is nice. But I got a pack of cards the other day, and there are a lot of very interesting rookie cards and everything that I have here.
Mm-hmm.
And they have rated because of the NIL and everything now. The college players can get mixed in there as rated rookies.
God damn.
So you can have like their card before, or not rated rookie, rated prospects.
Okay.
Which, depending on what they do come their professional career and everything, those cards could be worth more than their rookie cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a few of them in here that I was like, all right, just we'll see what happens. Well, I got an autographed one in there. We'll see what goes on with some of these players. Might need to go get another one of those packs. That shit's interesting. If I could pull Arch, yee!
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. The rated prospect Arch Manning. Yep, we'll hold on to that one for a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's college football over. NFL football is going to be over in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Fuck, man. And then we got to wait basically 3 weeks after the end of the season for the A7 to happen.
That's so NFL, yep.
So we've got basically 3 weeks of just uninteresting NBA right now. Like the NBA right now, for me, I'm watching going like this is what's exciting. This is what's bringing in the big bucks for the NBA. This is fucking terrible. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Your biggest story is how much LeBron is basically shitting himself on the court right now? Like, that's your biggest story? None of your biggest... The biggest news that they have from some of their biggest stars is who they're hollering at on fucking social media.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what
Yeah.
porn star did Anthony Edwards holler at today?
Then fucking Jimmy Butler done for the season.
J-
Yeah, but
That new
he might
haircut
be
too,
done at
right?
his age. He might be done.
Yeah,
He's 36.
he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And doing it at a high level too. Like we're talking about a
Yeah.
guy, he basically carried the Heat to those finals and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
just, yeah, I don't know, 36. And what kind of injury?
Tore ACL.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's gonna turn into one of those, off the bench 6-man perimeter shooter maybe
Yeah.
type of player. Unless he comes back and pulls an Adrian Peterson and just comes back better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it might be a career ender. It could be a career ender.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't. And because I never want to see players go out not on their own terms. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see players go out because they had an injury, like they didn't have a choice in the matter.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
injury ended their career or something like that. That shit sucks. I would rather want to see players go out when they're ready to go out. But for an injury to be able to cause it, I hope not. I hope he comes back, gives it another year or two. Again, it may not be at the highest level that we're used to seeing Jimmy Butler play,
Mm-hmm.
but at least he can go out on his own terms.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can because fuck man for basketball like that's different. Like ACL, certain injuries in certain sports reflect very differently on how they're handled.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you're talking basketball, ankles, knees, anything basically lower extremities, that's a major problem because you're jumping all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The running and jumping. If you can't run and jump, you're not gonna be able to do shit in the NBA.
Yeah.
When it comes to football is kind of like an ACL is bad and it can take you out for the year, but it's not something that'll hinder your career because the technology and the surgeries and everything that have improved so much. An ACL tear, and as we go, ACL tears or the recovery time is becoming less and less and less as the years go on.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was 9 months, then it became 8 months, then it's 7 months. I think right now it's like on the fringe of 7 and 6 months, depending on the training and everything else that gets. But from the time of surgery to the time that they're able to get back on the field and get the field work
Mm-hmm.
and stuff done, the time in between that for recovery has shrank significantly from what it used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
And ACLs used to be career enders back in the days
Mm-hmm.
because the technology and stuff like that,
Technology, yeah.
you didn't have it. The orthopedic surgeries and stuff like that at that point just weren't up to par to be able to, like, once you tore your knee, you were fucked. Like, you wouldn't have no more cartilage in that bitch. You'd be draining
Mm-hmm.
your shit the whole time. Like, it just, like, it was not good. So, but then football, the injuries kind of depend on the position. Quarterbacks, obviously, the rotator cuffs and everything like those are significant.
Yeah.
You that's the shoulder, the throwing arm, the elbow, everything else. Baseball players, you're looking at like for Tommy John surgery for the pitchers. Anything that has to do with like your hands or your arms
Mm-hmm.
in baseball is like that shit sucks. That's not good. Like I've seen people in baseball miss a month for like a sprained finger. Like they need to make
Yeah,
sure
sure,
that
yeah.
shit is like 100%.
Mm-hmm. 100%,
Because
yeah.
ripping the ball, the whole like there's levels to it. There's certain injuries are significant based on the sport, and I think with basketball ACL, oof, it's not impossible to come back from, because I'm not saying like, oh, the technology for basketball players is different than football players. No, it's the same. But the
Yeah.
recovery period and everything, the things that you have to do playing basketball is more strenuous on the lower extremities than football is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's a little bit tougher to come by, especially at 36 years old. At that age, the older you get, the harder it is to come back from certain injuries.
Yeah.
So again, I hope he comes back and be able to end it on his own terms. But fuck, that sucks. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
shit. Klay Thompson didn't he miss basically 2 seasons because of an ACL?
I think his was Achilles, wasn't it?
I thought it was an ACL.
Yeah, I think Klay Thompson was Achilles injury.
We sure? I thought it was his knee. I thought it took him like 2 years to come back because of an ACL injury.
Okay, it was torn ACL. Yeah, ACL.
Yeah, see, for basketball, 2 years, 2 seasons.
So yeah, he had a torn ACL and a torn Achilles in 2020. He tore his Achilles.
Oh, he tore both?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
In
yeah, nah, bro.
2019, he tore the ACL, and then in late 2020, he tore his right Achilles.
Oh hell no, yeah, no, that's
Yeah, sidelining for over 2 years.
yeah, yeah, shit, yeah. See, that's just. But in Achilles, when you look at football, Achilles, you're back in a year.
Mm-hmm.
ACL, you're back in a year. For certain injuries, before it used to be a year. Now some players are coming back within half a year.
Yeah.
If the 49ers would have kept going, Fred Warner might be playing
Well, yeah,
this
that's what I was
week.
gonna
Like
say.
his
Yeah,
ankle,
Fred Warner. Yeah, he was trying to play that last game.
so it's just like, and he had a pretty bad, ankle injury.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, it depends on the sport, the act, because the certain actions that you do are going to determine it. But again, Jimmy Butler, I hope he gets better, and I hope he can go out on his own terms. I don't know if it's going to be with the Golden State Warriors.
Nah, they probably gonna
But
waive him. Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. But just basketball right now for me, especially what I've been seeing highlights and all that, it's just it's hard for me to get invested in sports that have fucking 80 something, 100 something games. I just can't. Like, you have 82 games in the season, and that's just for one team, and then you're having to pay attention. It's just fuck. The basketball to me doesn't get interesting until after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for baseball. Like, baseball
Yeah,
doesn't get
baseball.
interesting at
Yeah.
all to me until closer to playoff time.
Mm-hmm. Even then, shit, I still don't watch till the World Series start. That's the only time I watch.
Bro, like, for real though, like 162 games.
Mm-hmm. Or
That's a
no way.
shit ton of games to keep up with every day. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. That's a lot to keep up with. In football, it's a lot easier because it's once a week. Once a week for 20 weeks. And every week pretty much counts. So it's, I don't know, man. And then the difference in playoff structures, like basketball, 7-game series, baseball, 7-game series, hockey, 7. The only thing that isn't a 7-game series is football.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one and done. You better not have an off day. You can't afford to have an off day. To whereas you have one off day in basketball or baseball or hockey or anything else, it's okay. We'll get them tomorrow. We got 3 more games to try to get them. We got 4 more games to try and get them. Football, it's like, sorry, try again next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what whenever I hear those arguments of what sport is harder to win a championship, I think it's football. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even really think it's close. Mostly because of the single elimination aspect of it. Any given
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, anything can happen. wrong place, wrong time. Somebody has a bad day and, has a flu and fuck. Well, got to wait again next year. The team that has the most Super Bowls or is tied or whatever for the most Super Bowls is 6. Over 100 years in the NFL, and the highest Super Bowl total is 6. To whereas when you're looking at the Yankees with like 20 something, Boston, LA, the Lakers, you got all these other teams who have basically been, it's just those teams. With football, it could be anybody. Like anybody can go in and win the Super Bowl. The most unlikeliest of teams go in and win Super Bowls. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just look at everything that goes into it, I think football by far, and it's not even close, in my opinion. I really don't think it's close. Of what sport is harder to win a championship in. But we've got Heritage Bowl week coming up next week.
Yeah.
Man.
Drive to San Diego.
Beautiful San Diego. Stay classy, San Diego. Let's go visit Ron Burgundy. So we're going to head up there Friday morning. So we'll probably be there in time for at least like the Friday evening festivities and everything like that, whatever it is they got there. Pretty much all day that Saturday for the girls flag bowl, which starts at 1, and then the boys heritage game that starts at 5:30. There's a lot going on during the week because they've got a lot of build up and everything. I think they have a gospel concert and stuff like that. I think on the Wednesday or on the Thursday.
I think it's that Friday.
Oh, is it that Friday night?
I think it's that Friday night. Yeah.
We might be able to catch that then.
Yeah. I think it might be that Friday night.
So we might be able to catch that.
Yeah.
So we'll get out there and see that, and then being able to hang out with everybody out there, and then now we've not only have we the exclusive rights to be able to stream the game on JAFFOs TV, but we are also have the rights to be able to sell a Heritage Week merchandise on the JAFFOSTV.com website. So this Thursday morning, shirts, hoodies, all that stuff for the Heritage Bowl week, for the girls flag bowl, for the MRD Heritage Bowl for the boys, all the merchandise and stuff like that from shirts and hoodies will be up on JAFFOSTV.com, and then all of the proceeds from that, I told them that I wanted to basically all proceeds go to the kids in the foundation. We're talking about community growth. We're talking about, giving these kids a platform, doing all of that stuff. So we wanted the proceeds to go to them. They told us like, oh, we'll do it 50-50. So you guys get half, you guys get up. So we did the board meeting. They did their yes on the 50-50. I was like, that's cool. We're still going to give you all our 50. That I understand. I completely get it. But, think of it from us as a donation. We can write it off as a tax thing better. If you want us to make it feel better at the end of the year, it's a tax write-off. We do, I appreciate the fact that they want to split the finances. I really do. But it's bigger than that, for us. It's something we've talked about it on this show forever. We're big on community. We want to be able to help kids. We want to be able to help, everyone kind of come together, be able to do things. Match 6, good Lord, the greatest of all time. We're not even talking about just a DJ, just some stuff that this man has done outside of just being a DJ and being a father and being everything else that he's had to do in his life. He's out there on the streets with everybody, doing the social, doing the work, out there doing the footwork. Out here trying to build communities, out there doing DJ stuff for these communities, doing the fundraisers and everything like that. You know, that's what we wanted to do from the beginning when we did the high school all-star game, the Bay Area Cali Classic. You know, when that was around, hopefully that comes back around again. But it was another showcase for us to be able to show talent, to be able to, you know, get the kids up to the next level. You know, we've had kids, you know, the high school kids on our show, you know, being able to talk about what they're trying to do, and you know, hopefully a coach being able to see and get all the highlights. I've talked to some of the kids already and been like, hey, send us all the film and everything that you possibly can. If you want us to make a highlight video and stuff that you can make that you can send out to coaches and stuff like that, by all means, if we can help you, that's what we want to do. You know, so it's never, I mean, if we can get finances and stuff like that, you know, from it, when all is said and done, when we, with what we want to help out with, when we feel like we've done enough and we've given what we can give to the community, and then we can start, you know, worrying about ourselves, then we can do that. That's fine. But we're trying to build a platform. We're trying to build the community here to where we can not only be able to pay our bills, hopefully with this, because hell, that would be awesome. Being able to pay our bills, just being able to talk about sports, sign me up. You know, but until then, we want to make sure that everything else that we're building around it gets to where it, you know, needs to be. A7FL, we've been trying to help with them the last 5+ years. You know, the high school showcases that we've been a part of, been trying to do that, you know, in the last 5, you know, plus years. Being able to do things with community members, foundations now, you know, having these deals to be able to showcase and give them a platform to show more about themselves. The kids that aren't normally looked at, you know, being able to have a platform to be looked at on. You know, we've been talking about that forever. You know, that's been one of the main things. We wanted to build a community, do right by the community, and revive the fucking village. That's really what we've been trying to do. And in that process, we've built a pretty tight knit family, you know, here with, you know, Mizzle and Dub, with, you know, everybody, A7 Nevada, Derek Duncan, you know, Matt Ryan, everybody that we've talked to that you guys have seen on this show, you know, countless times. That's a relationship that has been built. That's a good solid bond. You know, that's not something that we're just like, oh, it's just we talked to him one time and never talked to him again. Like we've had those. We've had, you know, times we've had conversations, and then that's the only conversation we've had, and that's fine. But we like the fact that we've been able to talk to a lot of these people, develop a relationship to where if we want them to come onto the show or have a good time or whatever, and we can be able to personal number, hey, what up, man? Want to get on the show today? Yeah, absolutely. I got you. Boom. We got it like that, guys. Like we really do. You know, it's just we know people have, you know, their shit that they have to do. Everybody's got live shit. We've got 9 to 5s. We've got lives and stuff that we've got to do. You know, we'd love to be every single Tuesday, every single Friday. Shit like that can't happen all the time. You know, so that's just the bare facts of it. You know, so if we can, like I said, if we can get to the point where we can get enough subscribers, hey, we just hit over 400 subscribers, which I've been looking at that fucking number for 2 months and been sitting at 399 for a bit. So now that we're above 400, thank God, you know, thank you everybody for who's been with us since the very beginning up to this point. Now 400 subscribers, we're aiming for 5, then we're aiming for 6, you know, one day at a time. You know, month, year, however long it takes, just building the community to get strong enough to be able to do this, you know, for a living, and to be able to help people get their stuff out there as well. So there's a lot of things. So be on the JAFFOs TV, all the social medias and stuff, because there's a lot of things that are going to be coming up. Be on the lookout for Thursday. Be able to help the foundation get in there, get your merch, and be able to help the kids, help the foundation, and help the community as a whole. And then more botched initiatives coming. Matt Six is, you know, getting back on the 1s and 2s. We just dropped another Indie Vibes, you know, not too long ago. He's working on another one that he's going to send to me real soon, so I can drop another episode for him. You know, we've got a lot of things going on. That 2026 is going to be a pretty fun year. for us. There's another. I think we got another Vegas trip in March, April.
March or April, yeah.
For we got an A7, and the PD and fire department game out there. You know, so we've got a few things that we get to do out in the beginning stages of the year that is 2026. So once again, subscribe to the channel, like, follow, share, be a friend, tell a friend, let everybody know. JAFFOs TV is the place to be. The All Pro JAFFOs is your spot for all sports, all things that, you know, it's just, once again, the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. We are the All Pro JAFFOs. I'm your host, JP. This is the greatest DJ on the planet, Mr. DJ Mad Six. Appreciate Dub for hanging out with us a little bit before he went to work. Appreciate you guys, the Jaffo Army. We will see you guys again next time. Deuces.
Peace.